to introduce to you Professor Al-Mardi. Professor Al-Mardi is a professor of anatomy. Currently, he is the Associate Dean of Basic Sciences at Dubai Medical College for Girls in Dubai. He's a well-known figure in the area of medical education, innovation, research, and new ideas. We are very much pleased this evening, Professor Sahal Al-Mardi, to be our guest to introduce to us a new concept on research. And this is the use of AI in scientific research. The floor is for you, Professor Sahal. Let us sit back and enjoy the presentation.
شكرا جزيلا. Will you allow me, Walid, or whoever is managing the meeting, allow me to share?
حاتم.
يا بروف لحظة بس لحظة. أيوه
هاي دقائق ندخلكم بس دقائق، في مشكلة في الدخول، دقيقة بس.
أيوه كده ريدي يا بروفيسور سهل.
Just 1 second, let me try. أيوه أوكي. شكرا جزيلا. أبدأ بالشكر الجزيل للاتحاد لدعوتي يعني لتقديم هذه أنا ما أعرف أسميها شنو do I call it. Maybe it's an overview journey about a new field, but a field which is developing extremely fast. يعني it needs a lot more than a couple of hours, لكن I will try my best to share with you some of the new ideas and tools in the field of artificial intelligence useful for scientific research. And so I start straight away because طيب أول حاجة اطمئني إلى أنه الشاشة you can see my screen and you can hear me well.
سامعين حضرتك يا بروف؟
حد
تفضل يا فندم.
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
شكرا جزيلا. And the screen is visible, huh? طيب, this talk is actually it needs a course, not a webinar, because the tools which are available are just too many. Just to explore them, it needs a couple of days, not a couple of hours. But in this short webinar, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, I am just going to introduce the concept. I will start with an introduction. Then I will just remind, I know that everybody here is versed in research and you know the steps of research, but to put the webinar in perspective and to organize it, I am going just to review with you the steps of research, and then I am going to talk about the tools for each of the steps of research. You probably know that there is something called emerging technologies, and you already probably using some of the emerging technologies. And these emerging technologies in Arabic يقولوا عليها التقنيات الصاعدة أو الناشئة أو البازغة. And these are too many. You probably know a lot of them, but today I'm going to focus on artificial intelligence emerging technologies. There are too many, there are many, and they are various, used in different fields. This is just the trends in 2023. And as you can see, there are a number of them. These are the top emerging technologies in 2023. If you look at the upper left corner of this infogram, artificial intelligence is considered one of the very important emerging technologies. But as you can also see, the metaverse, the blockchain, the quantum computing, the digital immune system, and so on. There are a number of emerging technologies. In fact, the World Economic Forum issued a report in June 2024 about the top 10 emerging technologies of 2024. And as you can see them, they are listed and they are actually extrapolated upon in that report. And I advise you to have a look at that report. It's a report that addresses the concept of emerging technologies. Now, most of the emerging, not all of them, but most of them are AI-based. Artificial intelligence, as such, is an emerging technology, but other emerging technologies are actually based on artificial intelligence. If we have a look at this list are the different technologies. You can see artificial intelligence is number one, but 5G, Internet of Things, serverless computing, biometrics, extended reality, blockchain, robotics, natural language processing, and quantum computing are usually in any list you are going to find them. These 10 I listed here are all AI-based. Artificial intelligence and natural language processing are the topics of today. But Internet of Things, 5G, serverless computing, quantum computing, and robotics and blockchain, all of these are emerging technologies, but are based on artificial intelligence. Now, the most widely used tools are the generative AI tools. And these generative AI tools, these are the tools which generate. And they generate a variety of novel content, including images, videos, music, speech, text, software codes, and product designs. But today, we are interested in these two, the production of speech and text, because these are the ones which we are going to demonstrate how they can be used in research. And so most of the widely used of these generative AI are what is known as the GPTs. GPTs is short for generative pre-trained transformers. These are tools which transform things and they can be pre-trained at two levels. First, they are trained by the producers, and then they are further trained by the users, and they call them GPTs, generative pre-trained transformers. And these depend on what is known as the large language models. They depend on large language models because they depend on chatting, speaking to them, and they depend on special language models that are used to train these GPTs. Now, the first one that appeared in the market and the most widely used is ChatGPT. And probably all of you have started using ChatGPT. But today we are going to touch on how this ChatGPT can be used for research. But let me tell you something. It is the first, it is the most widely used, it is developing very fast, but it's general. I mean by general, there are more sophisticated GPTs in special areas. So you need to be aware. ChatGPT can be used for everything, but some of the new tools are better in certain aspects, and I'm going to draw your attention to just examples of what I'm talking about. But ChatGPT, extremely useful. You can use it for everything. Now, there are many technology tools, too many of them, that can be used to assist researchers. I've just introduced the emerging technologies, especially artificial intelligence, but there are many tools that can be used to assist researchers. AI is introduced in many existing tools. This point I need to emphasize. There were tools, technology tools that in existence, and they were used for research. But AI was introduced into those tools, and I'm going to draw your attention to that fact when I explore these tools. But new AI tools were developed and are being developed by the minute. Now, as we speak, more are being developed. Now, not all of them are reliable, and I cannot overemphasize this. And users need to be very careful. And today I'm going to show you tens of them. My selection is based on the extent of reliability, the extent of utility, how useful they are. Now, of course, you need skills and you need to practice that to improve your utilization of these tools. You need some skills, and then you need to improve daily to be able to maximally benefit from these tools. A concept that I need to mention, very important one, is the ethical use of them is a continuing debate, and this debate is going to continue. I needed to say this at the beginning of this session so that let us agree. There's a continuing debate about the ethical use of these tools, and this debate is going to continue. But I need to draw your attention to the fact that publications are published here and there about this issue. And just quoting a few of them, the UNESCO issued a guidance for generative AI in education and research. This is a very important tool, a very important report. People need to have a look at it. And some of the universities started issuing some guides. This is دليل وسياسات استخدام الذكاء الصناعي في التعليم والبحث العلمي بجامعة الملك عبد العزيز. These are just examples. Other examples include the British Council, together with Microsoft and the UNESCO also, and IRC, AI, they published a report called Stronger Together, Artificial Intelligence for the Common Good. And also there are other reports, including this one, which was issued also in June 2024, towards ethical and just AI in education and research, So publications are out there talking about the use of AI in research and education. Now, let me just first browse a few of the tools which were in existence, and they are very useful. They are still very useful, and AI is introduced into these tools to make them more effective and efficient. There are tools for collaboration. There are tools for organization so that you can organize your work as researchers. And there are tools, new tools called collaborative editing tools. So these three were in existence before AI, but AI was introduced into these tools. For example, we have a tool called Trello. It's a platform. Just very quickly, if I can open Trello to show people that Trello is existing even before AI, but they are introducing AI into Trello. This is a platform completely free of charge, and it can be used by researchers to actually collaborate their work and their work with the young researchers you are supervising. You can collaborate with them through this platform. So Trello is one of them. There is Doodle. Doodle also is another tool which was in existence, but AI is being introduced into Doodle so that it becomes more effective and efficient. So this is Doodle. You can use it to create polls. You can use it to ask people about when can we meet again and so on. So it's also a collaboration and organization tool. I am fascinated with this one because today, for example, today I'm going to tell you about, let us say 20 tools. How are you going to organize these tools so that you can access them very quickly? This is a very nice and beautiful tool. It is called Symbalo, and I will show you my Symbalo. You have an account, and as you can see, when I started Symbalo, I have all the websites that I usually access. I put them in one organization tool, and from there I can access my WhatsApp, I can access websites, my email, ChatGPT, I can go into my bank. So this is a third tool which is in existence, and AI is being introduced into this beautiful tool. So what I wanted to say, there are tools which are already there, but AI is being introduced. These I'm going to revisit again. These are called the collaborative editing tools. The most important of them is the LaTeX. And LaTeX have joined hands with Overleaf, so you can use share LaTeX with Overleaf, and this is for collaborative editing. I'm going to mention that again, but you need to have a look at this Overleaf plus share LaTeX for collaborative editing. So these are the old tools that you just need to know that they are there and that they are now introducing AI into them. Other tools I'm going to mention later. Now, just a reminder, just for organization purpose, we're going to review the steps for research. And you all know how research starts and how it ends, but and there are many infographics like this describing the steps of research. But my talk is organized around the new division of research, and the simplest steps by research are the 4 steps. You have to plan first for research, then you have to conduct research and collect data, then you manage data and analyze it, and then you report, you write a report, whether it's a manuscript or a PowerPoint presentation for a conference or whatever. So I am going to base my navigation of AI in research into these 4 steps. So when you start planning, how are you going to use AI when you are planning? When you are conducting the research and collecting data, the data collection phase, how do you use AI tools? And then when you deal with data you want to produce, you want to, this collected data, you want to visualize it, analyze it. So what sort of tools you can use for visualization and analysis? And finally, when you are writing your manuscript, what sort of AI tools that you can use for the reporting step? So let's agree, although there are other ways of dividing the steps of research, I'm using this one for organizational purposes. So let us start with the first one, which is the planning. When you plan for research, as you already know, there are decisions that you need to take. You need to take decisions. You need to select a topic. Can AI help me select a topic? You need to decide on which type of study design you are going to use. So you need to decide which population. So there are decisions that you need to take. So how can AI accelerate the process of decision making? And then there are preparations to make. You need to prepare things. You need to prepare a data collection form. You need to prepare a literature review. You need to prepare a research proposal. So there are preparations to make, and there are decisions to take. Let us start from the first, the decisions. You need to select a topic, and you need to decide on the research question and the objectives and all of that. Can AI help me with this? Then you need, for the decisions, you need to select a suitable study design. Can AI help me? You need to take decisions on population and sampling issues. The sample size, which population, which is the accessible population, what is, and so on. And what sort of sampling I can use for this research, etc. Can this decision be held by AI? And also you need to decide on variables, on data analysis. Which approaches are you going to use? Can AI? And by the way, let me stop here and say, ChatGPT can help you decide through chatting with ChatGPT. It can help you select a topic. It can help you select a study design. Somebody is playing with. Okay. And then you need to be able to select the appropriate data collection tool. Which data collection tool can I use for my research, and what are the methods I'm going to apply? So these are all decisions that you need to take. Let us start with topic selection. And selecting a study design, defining population and sampling. Sorry for this. Again, selecting a topic. Now, you start, usually, you all researchers, you start a research area. Let me have a sample from medicine. If I want to study anything in relation to diabetes, because, for example, I am an endocrinologist. So my area of research is diabetes, which is my field of interest. You then select a topic based on information, observation, or ideation. So I am an endocrinologist. I selected a research field or area. And then based on that, based on information, I'm going to select a topic or on an observation, or it is just an idea. I thought of something, I wanted to actually select a topic based on that. So you start with an area, then you select a topic based on information of it. And usually the purpose for the topic, you need to fill a knowledge gap, you identify the knowledge gap, or you want to explain a phenomenon, or you want to answer a question, or to solve a problem. Now you have an idea, you have an area, you have a topic, you have a purpose. You need to chat with one of the tools that will help you actually select a topic. Okay. There is another step. When you select a topic, you need to scope for research worthiness. Is it research worthy? Also, you can use artificial intelligence tools to scope for research worthiness and to prioritize. Maybe you have 3 or 4 topics, then you need to use an AI tool to actually prioritize. So also AI tools can help you do that. And by the way, you need, if you want to do it manually, then this is what you need to do. And so AI can help you do this very quickly. We start, for example, with health. We need to study the area which is exercise. And then what about warm-up exercises, aerobic or flexibility? I mean, you need this mind mapping process to actually select a topic. AI will help you do all of that in minutes. So what are these tools? Now I'm going to navigate with you a number of them, and then we will just test ChatGPT. There is one called Research Kick, very important, but unfortunately, it's not quite free. It's not expensive, but it's not free. And institutions need to subscribe to Research Kick. And if you use Research Kick, then you will be able to select a topic, scope, and prioritize. The second one, of course, is ChatGPT. And there is a free version, and there is a subscription version. There is individual subscription version, and there are institutional versions. But even with the free version, you can actually make decisions. There is Gemini, and Gemini is produced by Google. And we have Copilot, which is produced by Microsoft. And then there is Perplexity, which actually depends on other GPTs. These can help you actually make decisions. Because they are chatbots, they are GPTs. You discuss with them the issue, you give them information, you train them, and they help you decide. Let me just show you Research Kick. This is the Research Kick. It is called researchkick.com. And then you can chat with ResearchKick, and you can start your research project by clicking, and then you get started. Of course, this is a trial version, and I can sign up, but I can sign in because I clicked it to show you how to sign up, but I have already signed up, so I can click here and actually continue to ResearchKick. So ResearchKick is number 1. You use it to actually, okay, now I have to pay. You can buy a credit, but I wanted you to see how it works. This is Research Kick for academics by academics. The other one is ChatGPT, of course. I will come to it later on. But there is Gemini of Google, similar to ChatGPT, and you can actually use it through chatting to make decisions. Let me try Gemini by Google. As you can see, when you go into Gemini of Google, hello Abdul Munaim, and then you can ask a question to Gemini. Let me see, is a study about diabetic educators a viable choice for me. So it is just a chat. It said this is for informational purposes only, for medical advice or diagnosis, blah, 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 blah. Potential benefits, high demand, diabetes is a growing global health concern, and so on. Potential challenges, educational requirements, and so on. Then I can keep asking, and by the way you ask questions is a very important field and concept, because the way you ask questions is very important to get the right answers. And it is now, it's a concept and a field, and it is called prompt engineering. You need to acquire this skill of prompt engineering. So I can then ask another question. Is studying the role of diabetics coaches rather than educators a better choice? Diabetic educators focus on blah, 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 while diabetic coaches for. So as you can see, by just chatting with the chatbot, the GPT, I can make decisions about the topic. This is Copilot, and it is very similar to Gemini and ChatGPT. So you also go there and you start chatting with Copilot. Now, Copilot and Gemini are not just chatbots, but they help you in different ways. For example, this is called Copilot, which is an AI in your Microsoft Word documents and use it there. You can use it as a Copilot in PowerPoints and so on. And as you can see, when you start it, it starts with some proposed triggers. Stand out on socials. Do you want to stand out on social media? And so on. I want to graph the data quickly. So it gives you prompts that you can use, but you can start a new chat, and then you can start asking, will sampling technique be required? Anyhow, I'm just going to ask any question for my research. So you start chatting, and it will help you make decisions very quickly based on the data it already has. Now it gave me even a script as a binary thing using Python. So I think because the prompt there is write a Python script, I didn't notice that because that was already there. So it continued chatting with me to produce Python scripts. So I'm sorry for that. I should have changed the type of chat I'm contemplating. So this is, and then just let me show you Perplexity before we move into chat GPT. As you can see, Perplexity is very similar, but Perplexity depends on it's not in itself a chatbot, but it depends on other chatbots. I flashed it there. It is very good, but you need to subscribe. As you can see, I am down there. You can actually subscribe, but I'm already have an account in Perplexity. In short, then, AI tools that can help you actually make decisions include ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, and Perplexity. Now, I want to test ChatGPT because there is something called idea generation and brainstorming. And there are two ways. You can have a definite idea and you just want to validate the idea, or you want to generate an idea. So you can start brainstorming, and I did this with Gemini. You can start just brainstorming. What do you think? Is this an area which is widely covered in the Arab world? Do we need to conduct more research about cerebral malaria? So you start by brainstorming. You give it a prompt for chatting purposes, sort of brainstorm. So the prompt will go like, considering the role of diabetes educators, what sort of research can be conducted to explore this role? So this is a question. It is the start of the brainstorming. But if I already decided, then I will say the idea validation. I will make a prompt. Considering the role of diabetes educators and coaches, is there a need for research about this role in Sudan? So here, it's about idea validation. You can use a chatbot or a GPT to actually explore the idea. So from idea to topic, you select a topic, you scope it through ChatGPT also. You can ask, are there many publications in this field? If many ideas emerge, then you can use it to prioritize. You will say, I am in Sudan and the research priorities are attached. I will give a PDF file speaking about research priorities in Sudan. And then I will say, based on the attached material, which one shall I go for? So if I have 5 or 6 research, I can use it to prioritize. Then you convert the topic into an answerable question. You will say, I want to study this topic. What would the research question be? And then you can say what sort of objectives I can select for this research question, and so on. So you can use ChatGPT for this purpose. Let us test it because we only tested Copilot, and let me start by the same question in, I say, the utility of research educators, coaches in the Arab world. Is there need for such a study? And the answer is growing demand for research capacity in Arab world. Many Arab countries are investing in higher education, etc., addressing challenges in research culture, lack of structural mentorship, bridging the academia-industry gap, enhancing. So it gave me a potential study outcomes. A study on this topic could assess, and so on. It answers me based on certain issues. And then I will say, are there previous publications on the field? And this is a question which relates to scoping. Research on the role of research educators and coaches in the Arab work is relatively limited, but there are notable publications that explore related themes. Coaching, this is one example. It said coaching in the Arab world. Our article discusses the nuances of coaching within Arab culture context, emphasizing the importance of understanding familiar and social structures, etc. Empowering women coaches. So these are the topics which are there. Then I can say, are the studies conclusive or there is room for further research? Here I am chatting with the ChatGPT, asking him questions for validation of my research topic and also for scoping. I'm asking questions so that I know whether there is need for that research. So in short, you can use it for scoping also. So you can use, okay, if I can conduct research about it, or else about exercise, or about diet for diabetes, which one shall I go for? This is regarding prioritization. Pros and cons, go for it. Go for it if. Research on exercise for diabetes, cons, go for it if. Research on diet for diabetes, pros and cons, go for it if. Decision factors, etc. So it is helping you, it is helping me prioritize. If impact in the Arab world and academic innovation are your priorities, go for research on research educators and coaches. If you are more drawn to health and lifestyle interventions, choose exercise for diabetes, and so on. So it is helping me prioritize. I think this is enough for this part, because ChatGPT can be used for other things. For example, it can be used for the selection of a study design, for the definition of the population, for deciding on data issues, and etc. So we can also use ChatGPT for that purpose. I'm just flashing it because we need to navigate other areas. But for now, as you can see, you can use GPTs to take decisions about your research. Now, what are the preparations that you need to make? Now, you already selected a topic, and you need to make preparations. The most important preparations are three. You need to prepare a data collection tool, and then you need to write a literature review, and then you need to write a research proposal. So we need to review the literature and write a literature review, but we need to write a research proposal, and we need to prepare a data collection tool. And all these three, there are tools which are, some of them are, in fact, very sophisticated. So let us begin this journey. There are various data collection tools. Of course, you know, questionnaire is the most widely used one, but there are data collection forms, not necessarily questionnaires, and there are interviews and discussion records, and there are checklists. And these are the data types and methods used for research. Closed type surveys, open-ended surveys, one-on-one interviews, focus group discussions, direct observation, etc. Now, there are tools that can help you generate data collection tools. For example, I just chatted with ChatGPT about the role of diabetic educators. So if I am going to investigate, I'm going to design a data collection tool, I can go straight into the same chat and I say, can you design a questionnaire that I can use to ask, for example, health care professionals about this concept. So it will help me generate a data collection tool. Some can actually design the tool. It can help you generate it, giving it to you, but you can say, can you make it in a Google format, Google form, or a Microsoft form? So you can actually design the data collection form through this. There is something very important, very important concept. It was sort of normal and traditional, but now these web scrapers are AI based. So this is a new area, the web scrapers. You can use them to collect online data instead of asking people. You design your questionnaire, you use a web scraper, and the web scraper will collect the data from you. So this concept is a very important concept called the web scraping. And the web scraping is now, this is what it means. You have a number of websites, we collect the data through the web scraper, and then we produce structured data either in the form of Excel, CSV, or ACSS type. So and there are three types of web scrapers or scraping tools. There are ones which are browser extensions. I have one which is it's an extension in Microsoft Chrome. So I go to Microsoft Chrome, then I have that extension. I click on it, and then I'll start my scraping through that tool. Or you can download. I downloaded one also. There are downloadable web scrapers. You download it, and then you click on it, and then you start using it. And then there are web-based or cloud-based. You go to cloud and they start using the web scraping tools. So we have web scraping tools. You can actually, these are not for the design, but they are used for the actual data collection. So it works like this. You identify your target URLs. You first do some browsing, and then you identify where you want to collect the data from them. Then you bring your the questionnaire or your areas you want to collect data on, and you click it, and then it will go and will extract the relevant data using locators and parsing, and then it will give you the extracted data in the structured format. So these are called the web scrapers. You need to know something about these web scrapers. Now, some of the data, this is very important because if you have text, for example, you have, for us in medicine, you have the hospital records. Then you have large amounts of data. You can use AI-based data collection tools. So you need to use them straight away to collect data from text records. Usually used for clinical trials. The typical example, عندنا Question Pro. Question Pro is a very important website. You need to actually create an account in Question Pro because it is educational. It is more than, although it is called Question Pro.
غرتيو يا اخي اللي كان فميت يعني حطيتهم لك يعني.
Okay, so Question Pro. If you click on Question Pro and go there, I advise you to actually have an account in this Question Pro. It is not only for surveys, but it is very good for surveys. Let me log in. This Question Pro is very good. You can sign in for free. Why is it not? Just a minute. User login disabled. The account is currently blocked. Something happened and they blocked my account. No problem. I can sign in again. Anyhow, this is a very important website, and it has got a number of products. If you click on products here, you can see survey software, research edition, customer experience, workforce, etc. It has got a number of, and it has got a number of resources, ebooks, training cases. So it is more than just a survey tool, but it is one of the good survey tools that you can use. There is, of course, SurveyMonkey. Many people use it, but now SurveyMonkey introduced SurveyMonkey AI. So also, it's another tool you use it to actually design surveys, but now they can use AI. So you need to actually sign up or create an account in SurveyMonkey, and then you can start using it to design your data collection. There is another one called fill out form. This one, you also can make an account there, and then as you can see, you can make a survey with AI. Then you just tell knowledge, skills, knowledge, comma, attitudes, and practices of patient safety approaches by health care professionals. So I just told them, describe your survey, knowledge, attitudes, and practice of patient safety approaches by healthcare professionals. This is what I want to investigate. Generate survey. Then it told me, how would we style your form? So you can style your form, and you can add your website, and then you can skip all of this and say, confirm the first style, generate the form. خلاص. Add the first question. Do you know about patient safety culture? This is generate question. It knows how to make yet, try again, contact, Anyhow, this is how it works. You can also, of course, import some questions from somewhere, or you can import surveys ready-made, and then it will tweak them. So this is the second tool that I advocate. It's called fill out. Then we have JotForm, and now JotForm introduced AI. Many of you probably used JotForm before, but now JotForm also, you see, JotForm AI survey generator. And it works in a similar way, but you can upload or drag and drop a file, and then it uses that file to generate, or you can prompt, or you can scan. So you have three ways which you can use in JotForm to generate. And by the way, there is a free version of JotForm. I'm using the free version, but you can actually buy a more sophisticated version. But anyhow, as you can see, there are a number of file types you can drag and drop, and then by file, it will generate the survey. So the prompt is your file. You prompt your file. Now, Qualtrics is another one which was in existence, but now they also introduced AI into Qualtrics. And Qualtrics doesn't only collect the data, it is also a data visualization tool. So you can collect data and use it to actually visualize and produce analytical data and reports. So Qualtrics is one. And the one I said, the data can be collected for clinical trials. A company called Huma Alcides, they created something called Meteor, and this Meteor is very good for clinical data, for clinical trials. So you can boost the efficiency of your data reviews using this Meteor. Now, these are the data collection tools that can be used. I mean, the AI tools that can be used for data collection. If you allow me, I'll just flash them again. Of course, you can use ChatGPT to help you create a questionnaire, but you can also use Question Pro, SurveyMonkey, Fillout, JotForm, Qualtrics, and Meteor. And actually, some of them actually it's not a survey only, a survey and also data collection tool, and at the same time data visualization and analysis when we come to that later on. Now, the second thing that you need to prepare is the literature review. And as you all know, you need to search for literature first. And then you need to sort and prioritize the retrieved literature. Then you need to read it and you read the papers and then you do comparison across the studies, and then you organize the content and write the review. Now, AI tools can help you do all of this. So you can use them to search for literature. For example, you go to ChatGPT and you say, I'm going to conduct a research on canal irrigation in Sudan. So I need a questionnaire to ask people there about the benefits, the issues, the problems, how they solve them, etc. And I want literature about this. Can you create a search strategy for me? It will create a search strategy for you. This is ChatGPT. Then you can also use it or use other tools to actually collect the data. Then there are tools that can be used to sort out and prioritize the retrieved data and so on. For example, there is a tool called Covidence. It is used mainly for systematic reviews, but can also be used for the sorting and prioritization of retrieved data and analytical reading of that data, etc. So all these steps, there are tools that you can use them, but I'm going to show you one fascinating one. For example, as I said, ChatGPT can help you generate search strategies. Some tools can execute search strategies, and ChatGPT can actually execute the search strategy. Then other help in finding the relevant literature, like something called Iris AI. I'm going to test it now. And then there is another one which is Illicit. So ChatGPT, Iris AI, and Illicit. These three can help you find data. Let us try Illicit. Unfortunately, Illicit is not quite free, and you can use it free, but to a certain extent. I will show you now. If I want some papers about implementation of patient safety curricula in medical schools, it will give you only 4 papers. The top 4. It will tell you that these are the top 4. I'm now waiting for it to abstract a summary of the top 4. So you see, it actually identified the top 4, and it extracted a summary, patient safety, education, blah, 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 blah. It gave me, first of all, the extraction. And what did it extract from? Paper number 1, teaching quality improvement, patient safety to trainees, a systematic review. And this is the actual abstract of the data. And this is the second one, patient safety education for undergraduate medical students, a systematic review, and so on. It extracted the data and produced a summary for me. So it's not only identified the publications, it extracted the data from the publications and helped me produce a literature review with references and everything. So, and this is just a trial. It's a free part. But if you upgrade, then you have everything. If you upgrade, if you have a subscription, then it will help you. And then, of course, I said at the beginning, Don't rely completely on these tools. You have to check whatever product they bring. But now it took it two minutes to actually create a literature review for me. So Elicit is a research assistant that helps in literature review and evidence synthesis. Also, Cite is a tool that provides citation. You need to know. For example, I ask Elicit to identify publications. Then I take these publications and put them into Cite to see to what extent these publications are actually cited. So Cite works with Elicit, and both of them will help me produce a good systematic review. Iris, on the other hand, it's a research assistant, a science assistant, but it will help you.
About 2 million scientific articles are published per year, and the number is growing. In a world where knowledge multiplies by the second, Iris AI pioneers solutions for the overwhelming challenge of endless research. Welcome to the Researcher Workspace, an advanced AI platform, your ultimate tool for streamlined research processing. Deal with various document types effortlessly. Reference lists, PDF folders, open access or paywalled articles, patents, or internal documents. Explore the sea of knowledge using content-based search across different scientific fields. Utilize machine analysis to get an overview of your dataset, identifying main concepts, keywords, and topics. Effortlessly summarize multiple abstracts or full-text documents, bidding farewell to time-consuming processes. Filter your reading list with metadata filters, context descriptions, or the machine's analysis. Extract valuable data from text and tables across.
So it is more than Elicit. Actually, Iris is much more sophisticated than Elicit because Elicit is mainly for literature review, but Iris goes beyond that. It helps you with the analysis of the literature. It will extract data and meta-analyze the data and so on. So Iris AI, Cite, and Elicit are very important for reviewing the literature.
About 2 million.
Now, finally, in the first planning part, I just need to remind you, just signposting. I started saying that there is a step called planning for research. And when you plan for research, there are decisions that you need to take and there are preparations that you need to make. And for all the decisions and the preparations, there are tools. The last tool is the research proposal writing. And because why I stopped and summarized, because writing a research proposal is very much similar to actually writing your report. So the tools we are going to use for research proposal writing are the same as the tools used for manuscript writing. So what are these? We finished planning. Therefore, sorry, I'm not going to discuss them now. I'm going to discuss them at the end so that you know what you can use for research proposal writing are similar to those used for report writing. I'm going to move to the actual conduction of research and data collection. So, of course, you know, if you conduct research, you might need to experiment first or intervene in clinical trials or do some experiment, laboratory experiment or field experiment, and then you start collect data, or you go straight and collect data if it is, for example, from stored data from databases, through surveys and questionnaires and so on. So you can experiment and or collect data. And as you can see, data collection methods are well known, but as you can see here, new ones are introduced recently because of the technology and the AI. So if you look at the left side of the screen, you will see forms and questionnaires, interviews, observations, documents, records, and focus group. And then there are oral histories, combination research. Then we have online tracking, online marketing analysis, social media monitoring, etc. So now we can use technology, we can use artificial intelligence to collect data straight away from databases, from records, from online, from clients, from social media, etc. So now we have new data collection tools And then we have the analysis tool. Now, I jump to the analysis tools because I'm going to explore the same tools we use to collect data and see how we can manage data. For example, first thing, if you collect data and then you can refine the data, there is one AI tool. It is called Open Refine. Open because it is free. So please memorize this and write it down, because Open Refine is free and you can actually register. You have an account and you start refining your data. What happened? Let me write it again. Open Refine. Oh, okay, so you can actually use it online, but you can also download. In fact, I downloaded it in my computer at work, but you can download it there. Refine. Actually, I have it, but I have not installed it. But it is there in my computer. Where is it here? Anyhow, the first thing you do is you download this Open Refine and you install it in your computer. Then you can actually use it to refine your data. But because of the time, and I thought sorry for this. I exited without intention, unintentionally. Okay, this refine will only refine your data, but now the data needs to be analyzed and or visualized. And I'm going to show you a number of visualization tools, which are, some of them are free of charge. Some of them you need to pay a fee for them. But you collected the data, then you clean the data or you refined it using this tool, which is Open Refine. Then many data collection tools, as I mentioned earlier, can be used for data visualization and or analysis. We will see that even the simple data collection forms in Google, in Microsoft, they can be used for data visualization. So Google Form and Google Chart from Google can both be used to visualize data. This is Google Form. And then Google Developers Chart can also be used to produce visualization. Now, Microsoft Forms, Power BI, and Azure from Microsoft can also be used for data visualization. But special data visualization tools like Benchling, these are specialized data collection tools like Benchling and OTU. So OTU AI and Benchling are, I'm sorry for this, let me just drag this up, drag this down. We have these two that can be used for visualization. These are data visualization tools. Let me show you Benchling first. And when we say data visualization, you give it data, it converts it into graphs, sometimes interactive graphs, and so on. So as you can see here, this is an example entry in Benchling, and then you can visualize the data. So this is you can edit the numbers here and then visualize the data. So you can enter the days and so on. So you can then visualize it and it will appear next to, and then you can save the table. There you can visualize the data. This is the data of DNA, ladder, undigested, etc. So it will give you an image. This is called visualization of the data, and then you can actually save the image. So this is BenchLink. Then we have another one called OTU-AI. So these are examples of data visualization tools. Of course, you know Power BI of Microsoft, and you know in Microsoft Forms you can actually produce Excel graphs, and also in Microsoft Azure you can be used for data visualization. Now, some other specialized. I told you earlier about Qualtrics. Qualtrics is both a data collection and analysis tool. So Qualtrics is a very important one, but it also has some fee to be paid, but you can use the free part free of charge, and then you can use it to collect data. And then, as you can see, it will produce some graphs and things for you. So you can use it for data collection and data visualization. So Qualtrics is, it was there before, but it is now called Qualtrics AI. Now, there is another one called Flourish, and this Flourish is also highly sophisticated. It produces beautiful graphs. You can go to Flourish. You can log in if you are already signed up, or you can get started and sign up. You can sign up. I think it is waiting. Yeah, you can sign up, and it's straightforward. But of course, it's a freemium. Freemium means it will give you a free part. For example, I'm going to sign up with Google. I'm going to sign up with Google. You can sign up with Google, and then you can continue, and you can now start using Flourish. I agree. Register. So you register in Flourish, and you can use it for data visualization and the production of graphs. So it is slow because I opened too many things, but let me move. This is, you need to complete your registration and start using this Flourish, and this is what Flourish can produce. Let me just play it for you. This is for visualization, and these are the types of graphs that it can produce. And then you can actually, as you can see, you can change the color, change the theme, do whatever. So it is fantastic, and you can publish it, you can download it, and you can actually print it out. So this is a data visualization tool. So this is Flourish. Now, Flourish, I want to show you a guide. So if you don't know, I mean, if you want to know in detail how to use interactive data visualization with Flourish, you can actually go and read this guide, and it will show you exactly how this, what I've shown you, how it can be done and so on. So this is Flourish. There is one called Infogram. An Infogram is similar. It also produces beautiful outputs, graphs. So you can actually log in or sign up first, and then sign up with Google. It's straightforward. So you just go to this Infogram, sign up very quickly, as you can see, no complications. So you collected your data. You now entered your data into a data visualization and analysis tool, and then you started producing things. You can hear when you start first, you can say government or school and university, and you put your things there, and then finish registration. Tell it how do you want it to at the end, how, and then this is the free one. Don't forget, don't go for the $19 a month. You continue for free, and it produces beautiful graphs even for free. So this is Infogram. So these are the data visualization tools. Of course, you might need to analyze data further using for SPSS and other tools which are now. Finally, the reporting. How to write a report. As I told you earlier, writing the manuscript and writing the research proposal use the same tools. So there are tools which are used for manuscript writing. Some of them are part of the research assistant suites, and I'm going to show you a few of them. Research assistant suites, and part of what they give you is to give you manuscript writing abilities and even information. Some are improved existing platforms. There are platforms which are there, and then they improve them, and others are new AI-based tools, and some, of course, are paraphrasing and plagiarism checker tools. So we need to explore these. Now, these are very important. These, you need to know these 5 because these are manuscript writing tools. Ginny is Ginny. This is an excellent one. Although PaperPal, WriteMe, Easy Peasy. Easy Peasy that actually was produced for school students, but it is very good. And then WriteCrane. So if I can explore them, because they are very good manuscript writing tools, and you can also, of course, register and you can log in into each of them, and then hello, how the Abdul Munayem, and then you can start writing your script. And it says here AI power. It is AI power. So you can, of course, if you want features, more features, you can actually pay. There is credit balance here. I have 1 credit balance, but you can actually pay some money if you want to work more. So now you can start article writing. You see, this is medical research abstract. This is writing task. Java. وهنا article writing, a simple one-click article writer, social media post. So it is a paragraph generator. So this is an excellent, it is called the WriteCrane. The other one, as I told you, is Guinea, and Guinea is actually more sophisticated. I start writing, it is free. Of course, I can log in straightforward. I go back because I am logged in. Log in. It's Google. Now, WriteCrane is good. Guinea is Guinea. Guinea is very good. The review of progress testing, I wrote this topic, and I asked Jenny to write for me a review of progress testing in medical education. And it started the writing process with an introduction, the benefits of progress testing, and then I'm going to continue with manuscript writing. Of course, it will ask you at a certain point in time that you need to pay some money. So you have to talk to your institution that we need this Guinea. Okay, this is Jenny, and then we have WriteMe, similar, PaperPal, and Easy Peasy. These are the 5. Now, this one, although it is good, it has some issues. I mean, I tried, let me show you. You start signing in. I mean, you start signing up first. It will go with you until you reach some issues with WriteMe, although it's a good AI-based manuscript writer. Let me go and continue with Easy Peasy AI and PaperPal. This one you see, also you can log in if you are registered, or you can sign up if you are not. And this is called Easy Peasy AI. As you can see, this is a dashboard, AI art and images, AI text to speech, chat with marquee, photo generator, etc. But somewhere it is transcription, bots, click article generate, one-click article generation. So here you can generate articles with one click. So it is part of this easy peasy because, as I told you, it was not just produced for article writing, but it has got many other things. And then one of them is the article writing. PaperPal is similar to Guinea and Right Scream. Now I can start writing. Let's forget to continue with Google, because I think I signed with Google. Until it loads, this is easy peasy, khalas. You see, I told you about this. It has got issues, although it is good. It's not opening now, although Easy Peasy already opened and PaperPal already opened. And as you can see, now let me show you this, because this one, what describe your current post? Are you a PhD student, high school? So it is especially made for the writing of papers. And there we are. Rewrite text, or chat with PDF, or ask a research question, or check plagiarism, or I review, or write with AI. You can click on write if you want to write, but you can actually rewrite the text. You give it the text and you rewrite it, and so on. So PaperPal is a very good and sophisticated tool. So to finally, these are the new AI tools. Write Scream, Jenny, Write Me, Easy Peasy, and PaperPal. While Scriber is a suite. And now this is a beautiful suite. It helps researchers. It's free to a great extent. It asks for money only when you want more features, a lot more features. But as you can see, there is proofreading and editing. There is admissions easy editing and coaching, citation editing, paper formatting. You can check for plagiarism because this is a scriber checker. You can actually upload my document and proofread. You can check citations. So it's a suite. And this part is only about the writing. If you go AI writing here, you can see AI writing, grammar checker, etc. So Scriber is a suite, but now they introduced AI into art. But if you want more, then you can subscribe. This is Scriber. The second one, also very good, it is Killbot. It's a smart AI writing tool. You can use it to write your manuscript, or review your already written one, or you can paraphrase, or you can check for plagiarism because it has got a built-in plagiarism checker. I accept. This is for paraphrasing, and this is for plagiarism checker. It will check online to see. But this one, of course, is you need to upgrade to premium to use the plagiarism checker. Also, it has got an AI detector. So you can upload the page and see whether it is AI generated or not, which is something conflicting. But there is a paraphraser, there is a grammar checker. Killbot is excellent, and what is given free is actually enough. But if you want more, you can upgrade to premium. And now, Grammarly, I think, is well known to many of you, but they now introduced AI. Grammarly themselves, they were there. They have a paraphrasing tool. They have other resources, and they have grammar checking and everything. They are good. So if you complement these Scriber, Killbot, and Grammarly with the manuscript writing tools, then they complement each other, and you are going to produce fantastic manuscript. Finally, we have something called collaborative editing in the cloud. Collaborative editing means working together. I'm not writing the manuscript on my own. We are 4 or 5 people working together. We can use cloud computing, and you know cloud computing. For example, عندنا Google Docs, عندنا Google Workspace, and so on. وعندنا Microsoft. في Microsoft برضه we can work together. And then we have in Dropbox. These are collaborative editing using cloud computing. But we have this. I told you, you need to know about overleaf and latex because they were there all the time. Overleaf, you can make a project, but it uses templates. It uses templates for submissions to scientific reports and so on. You can use specific templates, and you use AI to actually write your manuscript, and people can work together because this is a collaborative editing tool. And I'm sorry, I had to rush through the presentation and the navigation, but I wanted you to know that there is a lot out there that needs to be looked into and looked at. And now maybe there is time for a few questions, because I think I used all the 2 hours, I think, or not? No, I used 1.5 hours. Okay, there is room for questions. And if you want me to demonstrate any of the tools I shown you, I'm ready to do that. Thank you very much. Back to you, Professor Fahal. Hello.
تقريبا بروفيسور فهل طلع. اتفضل يا دكتور سميرة.
اتفضل دكتور سميرة.
Thank you so much, Professor Abdelmunem. This has been very insightful, actually, and I myself have been hearing about a number of these tools, but I don't know how to use them. And thank you so much. This was for this clarification. Thank you. I think if anyone has a question, you can raise your hand.
Ahmed Fahal wanted to join. I clicked admit.
Okay, that's great.
في انتصار وسعادة.
هل في إمكانية نشير السلايدز ديت مع المشاركين يا فندم؟
جدا جدا بحولها PDF وبرسلها إن شاء الله. I can do it now. No.
شكرا.
Yeah. Actually, the whole session is recorded. It will be at the website of the Federation.
ممكن الويب سايت بس نكتبه على الشات؟
حاتم ممكن تكتب لهم الويب سايت في الشات. طالما الناس ما سألت سعادة سعادة.
شكرا يا بروف. Thank you for the very nice presentation and very informative, of course. And it is an era يعني for future. طيب السؤال اللي بيتبادر للذهن طوالي يا بروف إنه يعني ethically to which extent we are allowed to use these يعني very يعني impressive tools في الريسيرش يعني either at the beginning في conduction ولا في reporting أو في papers يعني for publication. Thank you.
أنا ما توقعت السؤال ده وقمت على طول في البداية يعني. In the beginning, in the first slide في الانترودكشن لو تذكروا يعني في الانترودكشن أنا قلت شنو؟ قلت نجيبها لكم الآن. هذه هي السلايد مش كده؟ قلت there are many technology tools, too many maybe, that can be used to assist the researchers, AI is introduced, etc. Then at the end of the slide, I said ethical use is a continuing debate. And then I said, and this debate is going to continue. Yani it is continuing and it's going to continue. And then I flashed these two documents. I said, the UNESCO already issued guidance for generative AI in education and research, addressing the ethical aspects. Also, جماعة الملك عبد العزيز طلعوا دليل وسياسات استخدام الذكاء الاصطناعي في البحث العلمي وفي التعليم والبحث العلمي. وعندنا مايكروسوفت مع البريتش كونسل واليونسكو طلعوا artificial intelligence for the common good للصالح العام يعني. وايضا this document by community for advancing discovery research in education طلعوا this report في جون 2024 قالوا towards ethical and just AI in education and research. والموضوع is controversial. For example الان الفيدريشن عملت الويبينار ده. معناه they are advocating the use of AI in research, ولكن you as a researcher need to check with publishers and your institutions to what extent they are allowing the use of AI in research. You need to check, you as a person, you as an individual. But we, I mean the Federation is advocating the use of AI in research, and so it is for you now to check your institution and to check the publishers. I mean, some publishers now, they say, we don't mind, use AI, but tell us exactly what you did. So you need to report how you used AI to plan for research. Remember the 4 steps? Plan for research, then conduct research, then data analysis and visualization, and then the report writing. All these 4 steps you can use AI tools, but is it allowed? Is it accepted? Is it ethical? This is a continuing debate.
Well, Prof, I
Okay.
think there's a question in the chat.
Okay, what does it say? Let me check.
It says, how do you use AI for writing and at the same time avoid being detected by AI detectors?
I've shown you the tools. I have shown you the tools. Within the tool, there is a concept. But now this is a conflict, isn't it? If you are trying to use AI in a way that you are not going to declare, then you need to use these tools to actually humanize your products. Humanize means make it less detectable as AI generated artifact. But do you want to do that? Because if you want to do that, then the ethical issue comes again. You are the guardian of yourself. You are the one who watches over what you do. At the end, if you use AI, say, I used AI to do this. I used AI to generate the search strategy. But I looked at it, and then I modified it, and then I did this and that. Then I used something again. And then because of this plagiarism thing, I used a paraphrasing tool. But because I loved what people wrote, I didn't want to just copy and paste. I did some paraphrasing. I did some modification. I wanted to modify myself, but the paraphrasing tools did it for me faster and so on. So you need to admit that you are using AI to increase efficiency. You don't need to lie about it. انتصار الزين. انتصار وبعدها دكتور عبد الناصر.
شكرا جزيلا دكتور سهل. I don't have any questions. I just want to extend big thanks to this exceptional presentation on AI tools for research. And I believe that your insights on planning, on conducting, analyzing, reporting, and all these things were really enlightening and undoubtedly will help me, myself, in my research. And it helped all of us, of course, to streamline our processes. I do appreciate the copilots actually more. I will tell you why. Because it gives me immediately references from where this information comes from. When I ask about any question about anything, for example, I wrote once Islamic Nubia. So it gave me 4 or 5 lines about Islamic Nubians, and one of the references was mine. And so I said that, okay, this is more meticulous maybe, or more precise than the chat GPT. It gives you, of course, all the information you needed, but in the case of the co-pilot, it gives exactly which references that have been consulted. Once again, I just would like to thank you for your hard work and for sharing this knowledge with us. And it was indeed a fruitful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I think the message I conveyed earlier, you got it. You cannot depend on one, because as you can see, and I meant that, I shown you too many because I wanted you to see the differences. Don't depend only on ChatGPT, because others will do things that ChatGPT will not be able to do for you. So you need to actually navigate and check. The other thing, you don't depend on them 100%. Whichever it does, whichever of them and does whatever, you need to check before you can actually use. بروف فهد رفع يده، لكن دكتور عبد الناصر رفع يده قبلك. عبد الناصر.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
Thank you very much, Prof. Abdul Man'am. Very clear information about a tool ID. My question, compare DeepSeek or ChatGPT in science formation.
Again.
My question, compare DeepSeek or ChatGPT in research science.
What is the first one? Not heard it well. Comparing, you want to compare between deep
ski.
Deep scheme?
Ski. Deep ski.
Because I have not used it. You give me the no, you mean DeepSeek. DeepSeek, huh?
Hey, yes.
Actually, DeepSeek is different from ChatGPT. For example, let me show you this report. Can you see my screen? Am I sharing my screen, or shall I share it again? Let me just go there. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes. Yeah. Because DeepSeek is not a chat. It's not a generative pre-trained transformer like ChatGPT, because ChatGPT through chatting. And so this report from the TechCrunch, it says why DeepSeek's new AI model thinks it is a ChatGPT. And in this report I'm going to share with you in the chat, it gives you a very clear comparison. It's not a comparison because it's a discussion. It's a discussion and then with summary. DeepSeek version 3 statistical system is better than ChatGPT. So and so on. Yani, there is a comparison, and then you can go through this comparison, because to be frank, I have not read it completely to give you a summary, but I can share with you the link to this report. Where is the chat? There it is. Chat. And I'm also going to share the PowerPoint. I shared the PowerPoint. You need to download it before they close the Zoom. Professor Fahal, Khan, you wanted to say something? You raised your hand earlier.
Yeah, yes. I would like just to express my sincere thanks and gratitude for this nice and elegant and fascinating presentation. In fact, it is a fascinoma, and you put a lot on our plates. So I would like you to kindly requesting you to give us more sessions on this AI in research. So let us think about having a session on the tools, another session on the search, and another session on the writing, for example. So it will be a series of sessions on the use AI in research and scientific research. Again, thank you very much for this.
ممكن إلا السنة الجاية.
Okay, fine.
بعد بكرة يعني.
I know. Professor انتصار Sahal, she is Professor انتصار صغيرون الزين. She is our former Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research in Sudan.
I met her in
Yeah,
a meeting before. برضه كان عن التكنولوجيا برضه. كان عن e-learning when she was the minister.
Okay.
Okay, let us not keep people more than this. I already sent the PowerPoint in the chat. Samira wants to comment. Raise her hand again before we close. Samira, تفضل دكتورة.
And the whole presentation will be available online.
Okay. The recording and the PDF.
Okay. Prof, there's another point in the chat. Is that Hamza was mentioning that, do you agree with me that this is the time to add these tools in our curriculum and adding in medical research for students? And he's requesting you to highlight on this.
Where I work, Hamza, we already did that. We actually subscribed to ChatGPT, we subscribe to Copilot, we subscribe to Confidence with our systematic reviews. We introduce them into our environment, and we actually introduce them in our learning environment and research environment. So it's not the time. The time has passed for this to happen, actually. People are using it even in schools for research, for assignments, and so on. Fahad, people are asking about the participation certificates. Have you collected the names of the participants from the chat or from somewhere?
Okay, not really, but hopefully it will be a series of presentations, and at the end of this series, we're going to have certificates.
Okay then. أمل بالله قال السلام عليكم إذا ممكن إرسال التسجيل لعضو ممكن
At the end, thank you very much. Yeah, at the end, thank you very much, Professor Sahar Al-Mardi, for this presentation. And we look forward for more presentations, more contributions, and we look forward for more proper scientific research in the region and around the globe. Thank you very much.
في واحد رافع ايده خالد احمد قبل ما انا اعلق. خالد احمد, you would like to say something before I say my final
يا السلام
words.
عليكم ورحمة الله.
عليكم السلام.
أنا اسمي خالد أحمد. أنا حاليا مقيم في قطر و consultant surgeon، واحد من الستودنتس تاع بروف فحل. Thank you very much Dr. Sorry Prof. عبد المنعم for this elegant, nice, concise, to the point presentation. It was really amazing. I really enjoyed every single part of it. And I just want to second what Prof. Fahal has mentioned about having a series of these talks in the way you see it can be divided. And it can be, if people are seeking for a certificate, why don't we aim for something higher, like to make it like a mini diploma or something. If like we have like 4 or 5 lectures, each one like 1.5 or couple of hours, will be a total of maximum of 10 hours. I think that will be something that we can work on. I'm not sure if we can work on that. I'm not sure what Prof. Fahal can think of it.
Actually, Prof. Fahal knows that I proposed for the Federation a project, and they already started the project. And I think it's about time. In that project, there are 2 components. One of the components, I called it the Emerging Technologies Laboratory. And the second one, I called it the Training Unit. And these 2 work hand in hand to provide training for young researchers trying to conduct research using technology. So in that ecosystem, there are 2 components that qualify as starting points. So let us work towards the development of this mini diploma, but at the same time, I did it in purpose. Most of the tools I shared with you, most of them, you can access them for free, but they are freemium. You need somebody to support these young researchers by creating a cloud-based laboratory, I mean a hub with these tools, so people can use them interchangeably. As a federation, as a regional federation, they can actually do this, and I wanted to say this at the end. I think, Professor Fahal, you need to start thinking about the emerging technologies laboratory that can be used for research, can be used for innovation, can be used for training and all of that. But I totally agree with Khalid.
No doubt. That is a very good idea. I cannot agree more on that. Let us think forward on how we can execute this idea. And
Okay.
all for it. And it will be a very good asset for young researchers and young colleagues for future research and development.
Actually, one of the most important parts of what Al-Ittihad does is to support researchers. So this is an area of support that needs to be explored and ventured into.
We're all for it, and we're happy to do it. Inshallah.
طيب شكرا جزيلا. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for everybody for being a nice audience. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.